So let's get this iris to be a bit smaller. So I am going to drop a new fill layer underneath this, just below this, like so. And I will come in here. I would add a white mask. And for the brush, I'll use a default brush. Use a default hard brush. Take down the size. Then I'm going to be using an alpha for this. So if I go to alphas, there should be some kind of ring alpha in here, I believe. Looking for like a ring alpha. If you can't find a ring alpha, I think a squarish alpha that we can round up the edges should work just fine. Okay, let me double click on this. Let's see the set. Yes, this will definitely work. So for the border width, let's take this down like so. So I'll increase this a bit more. Maybe this is way too much. Yes, so something like it should be just fine. So let me just zoom back out a bit more, like so. So you have to make sure it's on black, because one kind of hide some of this. So I'll just tap on this. Yes, something like this should be fine. So I don't want the iris to be too bright around the edges, like so. I should even use this. I should even pick the color from this. So for this layer underneath it, I should be using this color. Let me undo that. Probably need to paint that again. But let me just kind of eyeball the size of the eye. Yes, I said it's eyeball the size of the eye. Let's use, I think this should be fine. I think this size should work just fine. Okay. Then we can use I think I can use a black marks in here. Or better still, just come back in here and then just paint. Isolate this and then just paint over it. Maybe just use the same size. Let's see. So I would invert this. Okay, so this should be on black, then I'll just tap on this. But obviously we need to fix the edges. So we need a softer brush now. So let's remove this. Let's remove this alpha. Use something a bit softer on the edge. It should be on full black. Okay, put this on full white rather. So now let's let me put this on top like so. I'll put this to full black. Should probably use the same color as this. That will no, that will be just too, that will be just too bright. Let's just eliminate these hard edges we have around here. You can come, you can come. Wait, oh, wait. See, when you come, there, try avoid my bed, because yesterday while they sleep, I can't put my head for where you lie down. And they smell your body. I don't want to smell your body for night. I don't want to get bad dream. You hear? Okay, sir. Thank you. Just avoid my bed. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm sorry. No, Alan. I feel they come and they wait. I think we need to kind of paint some of these colors back in. I think I can use let me use a normal regular layer now. Then I think my brush size is way too wide. Then I hit P on the keyboard. I can just pick a color from here. Then I can paint that in, maybe with a lower intensity to it. Probably with a much lower intensity. But let me just pick another color close to it. And hit P on the keyboard and pick this color instead. And I can paint that around it. Okay. Then hit P again on the keyboard and kind of pick more of this pink blush tone with a more lower intensity, and then just paint around it. Just to bring some more redness to it. You want to avoid touching the iris itself, so try as much as possible to avoid that. She won't bring more of that blush tone around this. Okay. And I need to kind of make this darker. She probably introduce more of this grayish tone around it, around the corners of the eye. So let me just put P again and then just find it somewhere. think here should be fine, and just introduce that again around it. Something like this should be fine. I also need to kind of blur out the edges of the eye. Blur out the edges of the eye. So I'm going to I'll just duplicate this first, then I would add like a filter to this. I want to kind of blow this out significantly. It is really blowing out the marks. Seems to be blowing out just the marks only. So I need to add this blur to the eye itself. Let me just leave everything on, and I'll just blur this out. Yeah, it's working now. Maybe take out this lower one, the back. Maybe not. You can't really see. It's not doing so much. I have a better idea. I think I'll just fade out the edge. I think I'll just fade out the edge instead. So I'll need to introduce a new. I need to introduce a new loop around this. So I'll create a new layer. I'll use black for this. Probably bring this on top of everything. Make this rough. Then I'll add the black marks. Should probably even use that same brush again for that same alpha for this. But I'll need to shrink. I need to shrink the width a bit more. No, I need to shrink it even more. Then take down the size. Something like this should be fine. Then I'll just stamp this in here like so. It should be like on, I think, full black. Then I'll blur out the marks. So this should be a better way to go about it. Okay. Another thing I can do in here is to, I think this layer, I'll do a duplicate of this. Let me do a duplicate of this paint layer. This normal regular layer. And I'll drag this under. To be under here like so. Then I'll just temporarily hide this. Then on this layer, I think I can use I think I can use the same brush. Probably just increase the width a bit more. maybe tone it down a bit more like so. So I want to kind of erase this. So I hit X on the keyboard, I'll take down the flow. Then for the size, I may need to increase the size just a bit more. Let me put this around 80. Now this is way too wide. Let's tap somewhere like so. That is way too wide. I think I might just need to do this by hand. Yeah, I need to do this by hand. So I'm going to use the depth brush instead. So with a much smaller brush size to this. So I'm more or less trying to erase the edge. I'm basically trying to eliminate that sharp edge. Okay. So something like this should be fine. I think I can add the blur filter to this. Okay. And I'll go up here and bring in this ring on top of it again. Probably even lower this down a bit more. Somewhere around here should be fine. I think this should work just fine. So one last thing I need to do is just to take down the overall tone. So take down the overall tone of the eyes. Bring eye edge. Okay. I'm going to use the default brush again. Because since I've moved that out of place. I'm going to use the default brush again. So this is the default hard brush. I'll just do a duplicate of this layer. Okay, just add a new fill layer. Put this to full black. Add the black marks. And I like to drop this on the center. Brush size is way too much. So something like this should be fine. And I'll just darken now the center part a bit more. Okay. Let me add a new layer on top of this for just roughness only. So I can make the entire thing entirely rough. So I don't need to see reflection on top of this. So I'll just roughen this up. And I can actually see where I'm adding this black ring on top. Okay. But now I need to kind of manipulate the overall tone of this. More or less like pushes towards the, but this is the brown eye is just a bit too brown. Let me just name this to, to dark center. Okay. And I'm going to increase, let me just duplicate this again. Use a black mask for this. with this dark green. Maybe I should make it slightly more obvious. Then for this, I want to more or less darken the entire. Let me isolate this for now. So I'm going to darken the entire eye. So let's blend this down. So maybe probably something like this should be fine, I guess. Let me turn this off for now. Let's see if we can adjust the midnight texture itself. So I'm going to add a filter to this instead. So I think let's try this color balance. No. I think this should be something like HSL. So I'm going to take down the saturation of it. It shouldn't be too saturated. I should probably want to do this on a different layer. Just trying to compare which one works best. I think this one seems to do a better job, I guess. Maybe increase that a bit more. Since something like this should be more or less fine for this. Let's change our light environment. Yeah, I think we can definitely work with this. Okay, I think this will work just fine. Now I'm seeing something that we need to adjust on the body itself. I think this, I guessing all of this. Let's see, I think I need to add a filter to this. Let's use a blur filter for this instead. But I don't want it to be too, I don't want it to be too harsh on it. It should kind of blend back into the skin a bit more. So it's taking a little bit of a moment to load. So let's just give this a moment to kind of load up. Though this actually looks good, but let's just take it down a bit more. It shouldn't be that sharp on the edge. It should be there, but at least not as sharp as this. Okay, so now we have something. You can see how it blends back into the skin. This is more or less precisely what we want. It shouldn't be that sharp on the skin. Something like this should work just fine. Yeah, I think this should work just fine. Okay, so I'll just do a quick save for this. So I've gotten the, I think we'll just do one last thing. Let's just make the outer eye some kind of glass material just to wrap up with this tutorial. Just hit the tab button just to go out of that. Then for the glass eye, let's make everything, let's use show all. So for the minuscules and for the outer eyes, so we need to kind of create a new shader for this. So I'll come in here to display set, it should be on display settings, maybe not there. Shader setting. So it should be this, yes, PBR metal rough with alpha blending. So I'll turn that on. I will do the same also for the minuscules. Let me just rename that. I don't want it to be showing numbers in there. Okay. So for this minuscules, I will do the same thing also. Oh, everything's already having the alpha blending. Okay, that's fine. Then on the channel, on these texture sets, I will just, you have to make sure, oh, I think I brought in the wrong thing. I think I brought in something else. It should be this. Let me remove this. So I click on this. You have to go down to opacity, making sure the minuscules is selected. Then for the outer eye also, do the same thing. Bring in opacity for this. Then on the layers, I'll click on fill layer. Then the opacity for this, I'll take this down. Let's start with the outer eye. So something like so, somewhere around there should be fine. Then I'll need to increase the metalness, roughness also. See, so this is just gonna create or kind of fake the illusion of the outer part of the eye in here. So let me just name this to glass. And I'll just copy this material, go to the minuscules also, and I'll just delete this and paste this in here. For this particular one, I would like to make it just to make it a bit slightly thicker. So I will just come in here and then just take this up a bit. Something like this should be just fine. Okay. So I'll just do a quick save. Then I'll fire up the eye-ray render for this and then kind of check how the overall look is. Then in the next tutorial, we're going to create some roughness map for this. Let's just get a closer view in here like so. Then I can fire up the IPR render. We also want to make sure there is shadow in here. Yeah, okay, it comes with the shadow, which is precisely what we want. So you can see how nice the textures look now. Except for these veins that we need to kind of use a more of a greenish tone to it. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue though. At least we have gotten precisely what we want. I think this is precisely, yes, this should work. This should work accurately fine for what you need it for. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson where we kind of create some roughness map for this.